Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 8, according to OWN, episode 3. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. Also, you can subscribe to my channel and leave your comments below. I do want to prepare everyone. Check out my channel later on this week. What I have been doing for the past month or so, I think, giving you new content as far as what you might be watching that you do want to watch. It's kind of it's a special edition, I guess, of I Watch You Watch, but I want to put you in on the know, and I do have a new series that we're going to be reviewing, and they're actually on YouTube, so I can direct you there come Tuesday, and y'all can get to watching, and hopefully you enjoy it. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so we start the episode new. No to be continued. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. How are you guys feeling about the season so far? It seems thus far a new vibe. And it's only episode 3. So I can appreciate them for giving us that instead of the same stuff that has been happening. So who knows? Who knows how things will go, but hopefully you guys are seeing a difference. All right, so we start off with Mel and Nell. They are doing pickleball, which I thought was tennis, but okay. But anyways, they're both doing this competition thing. You know, Nell having a little trouble trying to keep up, but she says that Mel calls her an elder. She said, "No, I'm just a spicy auntie." I mean, we can see from Nell that she likes to keep up with the younger generation, and it's fine. I mean, I don't want to go into that. I mean, we can tell. But she dresses a certain way. I don't think any of it's inappropriate, but you can tell that she wants to be that youthful auntie. We can call her that, but however you think. So they have the conversation about Martell. Mel gives her side and says why she actually put out a warrant. And this was a text that was back in 2022, is what we learned. Back then, I want to say something because it's like some Martell. Why are you so possible? I guess because you thought it was back then. Like, what's up? Well, she was bullying me. You talk like it was so present that's why you sent the text. You were doing this stuff. You were being a maniac, and you're still being a maniac. But you did all that stuff, and you were plotting this back in 2022. I don't like Martell. He has to get help. And as I said last week or the week before, he's in a reprobated mind state. That's a word that's used in the Bible. They use it towards the gays and the lesbians. But if you look at what reprobate means, God will turn your mind over to whatever you're into. And you don't really get out of that mind trap and that mentality that you are in. That he sees fit. that you want to be locked into. So, excuse me. So that's where he's at. He's locked into that. And I guess that has to do with the whole narcissistic mindset. It's a strong hold on people, on men and women. Women can be narcissistic too. So, but if you really want help from it, you got to dig deep down to get the help, and you can't do it alone. You're going to have to get unraveled out of that. And because you think you're right, it's that pride that makes the stronghold so hard on him. And he wants this certain type of image that we don't give an F about anymore. Because the jig is up with you, sir. Anyway, sorry for the little rant. I will not be ranting. Well, no, I got something else to rant about. But anyways, so Mel explains herself. Nell says, "Hey, I didn't like that you sent him to jail." And she said, because of what happened to her son. However, you explained it, and I'm okay with what you did. And I know a lot of people went by the trailer, which I'm kind of disappointed in some people in their views, because for some reason, I could say some things. Because one, y'all just act like, oh, she just doesn't stand with males, she's this, that. Hear her out. You ain't even heard her whole story. And then even the first time that Nell said that she didn't really agree with Martell going to jail, in the first episode, I think it was, she said, well, I don't know what. I think she said, I'm not in her shoes and I don't know what happened. She had thoughts about it from the surface level of not knowing anything of what happened. That was it. And y'all went ham. And I am disappointed in some people, because y'all immediately judged her by a trailer and by a clip. Hopefully y'all can lay up off of her now, because there's nothing there. She talked a little bit about her going viral, about being a side chick. Shout out to T, giving you the real T. He got an exclusive interview with Chris's ex-wife and daughter. I think it's Alexia or Lexi, whomever. However, as far as her being a side chick, that's what the ex-wife said. I think either Chris said it or possibly, I think he says it in the next episode, but anyways, Nell's saying that that's not really true. And that's not what I know him that I was to be, and I don't understand what's going on there. But Chris does say in the next episode that, no, I think she said it. He was already separated and going through a divorce when they started being together, Chris and Nell. That's how it is. I don't know how things were. Maybe there'll be some more clarification. I don't know. It sounds like a little thing of Kimmy and Maurice going on. I don't know, but I don't know. Like, whatever. So that's over. The next scene we see Stormy. She's meeting up with Trish. Trish is a new cast member of Love and Marriage Huntsville. She is there with her partner, Chris. They are dating and I think possibly engaged. I don't know if they're engaged yet, but they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Anyways, Trish and also Chris are like bodybuilders. Trish is a trainer. And I did say this when I first seen the photos. I said, ooh, they look like they can fight. But I'm also glad to see some different eye candy or whatever. We don't know his views. We don't know if he's going to be a part of the M crew that just have all this misogynistic qualities. We shall see. However, I do, which I'll get into in just a few minutes, I do think I like who he is to Trish. At least a man that's presenting himself differently to Trish than she's used to actually having in her life. But Trish, she did explain how her relationship with Chris, is his name Chris? I think his name is Chris. I forgot. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She's used to being this alpha woman that had to just fight. All my life I had to fight, you know, all that stuff. But this dude basically just allowed her to break down all her walls, and knowing that she doesn't have to be that feisty so hard. Stormy said that that's how she was when she first met her dude, and I forgot his name now. Lord Jesus. Courtney. That's how she was. She was crazy, she said. You know, and I believe it. And it's taken years to process and filter through as to whom Stormy is now. So, big ups. As far as training, I think Stormy still wants to train. Tisha was looking to get some training from her, but Trish has been reluctant because of the strained relationship that she has with Stormy. Stormy and the Scotts have. So Stormy's like, hey, no, go for it. You know, that's business for you. I like that type of loyalty that we see out of Trish already. So I think that's pretty cool. We get a little one-on-one with Trish and her man. I thought his name was Chris, but it may be something else. So that's why I'm just going to say her man right now. We find out that she has 2 children, a son and a daughter from a previous marriage. He has a daughter from a previous marriage. However, it's not his biological daughter. I know people are like, huh? I mean, that's his daughter. You know, however, he may have adopted her, but obviously with the marriage, he took on the role as a father, maybe a stepfather. I don't know how it was with this child, and I think that is wonderful. And we're gonna give these folks a try. They talked a little about their relationship and also about the whole Tisha thing, and I guess they go to Black a lot. He's been around Marceau and somebody else. But a little cute introduction, and hopefully we get to see more. So welcome, Trish and her man. What was the next part? What was the next part? Was there something else before I get to the end? Not much was going on, but it was just kind of a reset type of day. Did anyone else have a scene before I get to the last part? I don't think so. So the girls, which compiles of Mel and also Tisha and Kimmy, they go to some type of place that you do pottery, plant pottery, and they're putting together the plants, whatever. So everyone's catching up with each other. Mel got her season 1 hair in, which I really love, and hopefully she does a lot more short cuts. I would really like to see a lot more of that. That's just my personal opinion, because for me, as I said before, it always it be looked at so much poundage is on her head. It's kind of crazy. Kind of like how, if you watch Potomac, how Candace's hair was in the beginning. It was just piles of it. It's like, you a little old thing. But I think Candace has lightened up on the type of wigs that she has. But anyway, so everyone's catching up. Kimmy talks about her life and what has been going on around the holidays. Her mom got the same type of cancer, or I think Kimmy had a positive type of cancer and her mom had a negative type of cancer. Kimmy's cancer grew so fast. Her mom's didn't. Either way, they got to have the surgery. She stayed with Kimmy for a couple months, and now her mom is back home. So I think that's wild. I'm sure that they didn't want that on camera or anything of that nature. It's just like, ooh. I kind of wish that the friends were a little bit closer than what they are, because you shouldn't be learning that 2 months later. Not saying that the mom didn't want her medical stuff out there. It just seems like if that's something major that I think that the friends should have had some type of knowledge about that, in my opinion. Whether you knew all the details or not, in my opinion. Tisha does say that everything's pretty cool. They went to Africa. I forgot to mention that in the first episode or whatever. Yeah, Marceau finally took his family to Africa. We still don't know if he actually made it to Africa the first time, but anyways, we got pictures this time of the family going there. Good. Good. I wish Tisha would have asked. I wish somebody would have asked. So, were you able to have reception while there? Because I think she posted pictures while she was there in Africa. I'm just saying, whatever. And then they get in the whole Martell thing, and she explains exactly what happened, blah 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 blah. And she was hoping or expecting to hear from both of them. Kimmy says that she called and texted, and then Mel said, "No, you text me." No, what Kimmy said, I called you first, and then I text you that the voicemail is full. Kimmy was already understanding that it probably was because of all of the attention it was getting to the media. But I did my part. And then by that time, Mel had to take back her stance as to Kimmy not calling. Tisha said, had lame excuses. I'll just leave it at that. Lame excuses. And then they talked about the podcast and why they didn't show up. Tisha's excuse is that she wasn't invited. Tisha, this is CarlosKing's podcast. Your employer podcast. You said, if I'm not invited by Mel, I was already kicked out. I don't know why you would use that type of excuse as to why you didn't come. That was BS. Why didn't you just say what you said to Destiny as to why you weren't showing up? It's because of her fan base. That didn't make no sense, ma'am. And this function was not hosted by Mel. She was the guest. That was dumb. Sorry. That was dumb to say. Kimmy gave how she felt, and she actually said it's because of the fan base. And then Mel was like, oh, well, why would you think that? Or how did you know that what was going on? And Kimmy said, well, Sonny told us that it was kind of negative up in there. Well, no, they were reacting to what was going on with Sonny and Moses. So they were going to get heat. Oh, okay. Well, Kimmy did do Carlos's show on YouTube last night. I did listen to it. She said, I wanted to be in charge of my piece. I understand how her fan base is. And she also just layered it out. You can have your own difference of opinion. It's when you get nasty and all that good stuff. I don't have no time for it or tolerance for it. Hell, you can have your own stand that you want to like, but I don't have to deal with the extra stuff that y'all want to do. Mel was defending her meters, and that's fine. However, I think Mel has to understand that a good chunk of your fan base is just full of hell. They call what they do is standing up for you, and I don't feel like that's even your personality. I don't understand why they think that they are stands for you, or even considered a millimeter. They are hell on wheels. They dox people. They're homophobic. They harass people that have a difference of opinion. But those are people that are supposed to be considered critical thinkers. It's one thing to take up for you, but when you get to the place where you want to be toxic, you want to harass people, you want to send out death threats, all this stuff. You want to attack gay men, specifically, who are commentators and content creators, and say they got all of these diseases as some stereotypical homophobic woman. And then want to say they want to be just like Mel, and they really want to have sex with Martell. That's too much. I don't know if they are part of praying and fasting, but the stuff that they do, prayer and fasting ain't gonna tell you to keep looking up people's past and looking up people's records, doing all this stuff, doxing people. You praying and fasting, and y'all still doing all this evil work, and then saying God gonna take care of them. But no, you trying to take care of them. Melanie is talking about divine timing, but you're on your own time, doing your own thing in the name of Mel. So I get why cast members are really tired of it, and I'm glad they're speaking up about it, because it's very dangerous at this point, and the millimeters don't know their place, even in protecting you. They get on Destiny a little bit, and how Mel just came to the conclusion it looks like Moses was not integral in his timing as to when he was messing with Sunny and also messing with Destiny, and she thinks that there should be separate conversations. Or however you want to do it, have some conversations so we can somehow come into the middle of this whole thing. But that was the end of the episode. No, not much happened, and that's cool with me. Every episode is not going to be fire. I do feel like there's a different tone, and that's how I feel thus far. Again, I'm not going off on the show at all. I'm going off on Martell, who really thinks he's so smart, but he's lost in his mind. He's lost. And just wanted to say stuff about millimeters. I could have respect for them if they actually conducted themselves in a more mature fashion. But y'all doing a lot of dirty stuff, and you somehow think that you're right in what you're doing. It's not cool. And a lot of us are tired. I haven't really been a victim of it, but I've seen so many who have been a victim of it, and it's not right, it's not cool. That's all I got. Yo, again, pay attention to my channel. I guess there's the bell thing. Be on alert on what's going on over here on LTV Productions. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video on your way out and subscribe to my channel and leave your comments below. Until next time, peace.